Hey everybody, it's Dr. Jensen. I want to make a quick video highlighting some changes that have happened with our grading policy for class. So we are living in hourly times, everyone, and these are unprecedented times. It is not lost on me that we are all living amongst change and very, very stressful conditions. We now have very blurry boundaries between work, home, and family and school. It is hard to manage all the little pieces that have to happen. And so first, thank you to students who've reached out to me. We've scheduled Zoom meetings, we've adjusted due dates, provided extensions, and that offer still stands. Again, it is not lost on me that we are living in unprecedented times, and with all of these changing responsibilities and new demands, I can provide those extensions to you. So please reach out. It does not bother me. You're not bugging me. It's completely and perfectly fine. In fact, we've been asked by our university administration to be as flexible and accommodating as possible. So we recognize the needs you have and all the changing times. We're all trying to be as accommodating and cooperative as we can. So again, please reach out should you need to do so for that flexibility. Otherwise, I'm just keeping the schedule in place to keep disruptions minimal. I have had students tell me, I'm working on the deadlines you've already set, Jensen. I have my schedule planned out for the next few weeks. Please don't change anything or it's going to throw me off because I'm trying to figure out work time and school time and childcare time, and please don't mess with it. So in order to respect both demands from students who want to continue as is and students who need accommodation, I felt like it was best to keep the schedule intact and just review those requests for extensions on a case-by-case basis. So please reach out, please let me know, and I can provide that extension to you as a custom extension in Canvas. And you'll be able to see that on your dashboard and calendar. That was pretty much the easiest way to go forward. But again, I am here. You can call me, you can text me, we can do video chats, we can do email, it's all still there. So realize that I'm in this with you. I've also experienced a lot of crazy changes too. And this won't last forever, but we need to hunker down and work through this as best we can. The second thing I wanted to talk to you about was the SU grading policy. Let's get to that. So as you may recall, there was an email message sent out by Provost Glover to all undergraduate students at University of Florida. All tens of thousands of you guys. Basically, it's saying because of these unprecedented times in which we live with COVID-19, we are open to an SU grading option. SU grading is satisfactory, unsatisfactory. Some of you may also have been familiar with this at another school, which we also refer to as a pass-fail option, okay? I want to briefly review some of these updates because they were not all presented in the email from Provost Glover. Some of them are on the frequently asked questions page, and I also want to weigh in a little bit to provide some overall guidance and kind of a little bit of a consultantship with it. So first of all, this is how it applies. So students have the opportunity to elect for any and all spring 2020 undergraduate courses to remain in letter grading, meaning you're going to get the letter grade you thought you were signing up to get in January, or you can shift to an SU grading scheme. Okay, again, satisfactory like the passing grade and unsatisfactory like the failing grade. So basically, if you are in a spring 2020 course and you earn an S grade, that will be accepted as meeting requirements for the degree. So you can use this for general education, you can use this for writing requirements, electives, or major requirements. Basically, all of these classes are eligible, and that may be a very good position for students to consider taking. These are some of the considerations to note as well. Neither the S or the U grade is calculated into the GPA. Students must earn an equivalent of a C grade or better in order to get the S. If you get a C minus or lower, you will earn a U grade, which does not earn credit toward the degree. Once you select an SU option for a class, you cannot revert back to a letter grade. So it's a permanent decision you're making. Also, we have revised the drop deadline and a little bit of the drop process. That does not apply to most of you, You can also still be allowed to drop courses with a W. So I'm not going to go through this at this time, but it is also on this frequently asked question page if you find that you are in this position. Just know that that is there. The window or the timeline we're working to request SU grading or dropping courses will be April 1st to April 22nd. The drop and withdrawal deadline has been shifted from previously April 10th to April 22nd. We are providing you extra time for those decisions. And all requests to make these changes are going to be available through your 1.uf student page starting on April 1st. So if this is something you want to consider, go to 1.uf and you will have that option. These are a few other things to think about. Okay, so setting the window of time as April 1st was necessary to do conversion, information gathering, and also get systems ready to accept this choice as well. So we know that students need to make informed choices, and these FAQs ask you to talk to your faculty, your advisor, your department, reach out to professional and graduate schools you may be considering to make an informed decision. So I also serve as part of our undergraduate advising team with Dr. Lane, Dr. Brooke, and Professor Rivera. So I mostly cover our UF online criminology students, but the degree requirements are the same for residential and online. So this is something I wanted to bring to your attention because we have many students in this circumstance. Some graduate and professional schools do not accept S grades in courses. And as of yet, their professional associations that represent them have not necessarily released any information regarding any changes to that. So if you're considering shifting to SU grading, consult guidance prepared by us, talk to advisors, faculty, reach out to those professional schools, whether it's law school, graduate school, and ask them whether they will accept the S grade. You do not want to screw up your GPA and your transcript and have it be making your future become very perilous. Okay, don't do that. We know that, we want to make sure you can still make progress on your degree. Being in this new environment, you'll have a little bit better sense of whether or not you can perform well in your classes. So continue to work over the next week and a half and see how it's going for you. If you feel like all the changes that have happened to you, your household, your family is not making a letter grade option very good and you just kind of want to pass the class and be done with it, I get that. Consult with me. You might be doing so much better than passing the class, and it would be a shame to essentially forfeit an A or a B grade for basically a C grade. So I very much want to be involved in helping you make a decision, but I know that I can't possibly understand all the demands upon you and your household at this time. But again, I want to make sure you know where you're at. I try to post grades as often as I can so that you have an up-to-date sense of where you're at so that you can make decisions and you can prioritize your time and focus on different things to improve your learning. Why did UF give students the opportunity to choose? Because this is an upheaval time in many of our lives. Not every student's going to be impacted the same way, and we felt like we needed to pull all the tools out of the tool chest and pull every lever and make them available to you. There's other questions in here as far as how this works and what the deadlines are. Is this going to extend into summer classes? No, this only covers spring 2020 classes. International students have occasionally asked questions. Does it impact an international student's visa? No, it does not. As long as you're registered for a full course load, 12 credit hours of undergraduate coursework, you're fine. Let's see, other stuff. There's honor code stuff in here too. Honor code still applies. But again, the general FAQ is on this website. It's at undergrad.aa.ufl.edu. You can also find this link in your email from Provost Glover. But again, I just want to make mention that I totally understand how difficult these times are. I now have my children living in my house. Hey, come here. Speaking of, I'll be a little personal for a moment. This is my daughter.
Oh.
Say hi to my students.
Is
your hair falling out?
Yeah.
I might have to do hair. So This is my daughter, Stormy, and she is now full-time at home, also studying at home as well. So I'm a parent like many of you are, and we're all trying to figure this out. So again, those boundaries are blurry, but we're all still here and we'll make it work. So hang in there, and thank you again for all the condolences that people have sent to our family with our recent loss of our son. It's been very hard. We're going on almost 4 months now with him gone, and of course we miss him terribly, and we're still putting the pieces back together, but it is nice to get nice thoughts and prayers and hugs, so we appreciate it. We'll see you later.
Bye.